My name is Dante. I've never really been a good storyteller or writer, so I will cut right to the chase. I am neither crazy nor am I mentally ill, as you will see later down the line hopefully. I was just a regular guy with a regular schedule, until it first occurred to me, and had slowly worsened over time. It was just another day of me waking up from bed, from the middle of the night and using the washroom. I had had an odd habit of turning on my phone's flashlight instead of switching on the main light to the washroom, because I had felt it was too much light and I would become less sleepy should I remain in the light for too long. So, I had placed my phone in a convenient position where there was enough light for me to see what position I was at and where everything else was. After I had finished up my business and cleaned myself up, I did what I had always done, up until that point that is, and had been whistling the entire time. After I had come to the finishing note, I had stopped to turn on the tap, but as soon as I did, and it had gone completely silent, a whistle just behind my ears had finished the rest of the note that I had stopped at. I had quickly turned around to see who it was. No one was there. I could not have made that up, because even if I had been whistling subconsciously, whistles are just too piercing not to notice. But I had to let go. Although I couldn't sleep that night, and that eerie feeling had remained within me, I was starting to really forget about that incident, because, well, number one, a week had gotten by, and nothing had happened by that point. And number two, I'm a fully grown adult. I wasn't going to be obsessed with an incident that had creeped me out a little. I have a job to attend to, and bills to pay. But all of that had changed the other day, that I had woken up again for a trip to the washroom. But since the previous incident, I'd always made sure to turn the lights on. This time, I had no longer whistled and had always kept my guard up. Nothing had happened so far. So I had decided to use some face wash because my skin had felt too rough. And you know how you can't keep your eyes open when you apply these around your eyes because eventually they enter your eyes and it's so irritably painful? Yeah, I had kept my eyes shut too so that I wouldn't get any on my eyes. But I had to see where the tap was, so I had briefly squinted and just then I could see this figure standing just behind me. Even though I had seen it for a brief moment, I still vividly remember like I had seen it for an eternity. The few messy hair dangling down its rotting skin. That grin. I will never forget a grin so wide that it would start from one ear and end all the way to the other. And those eyes, they were so dark that one could lose themselves looking into that endless void. I had quickly snapped out of it, however, hastily washed my face, and turned back to see nobody standing behind me. I thought I was losing my mind. I thought of just getting out of the washroom, so I had turned off the tap water, and as soon as I did, my eyes had glanced at the mirror, and if only I could express the sheer horror that I had experienced when I tell you that I could see the figure now on the mirror, looking back at me. I had run out of the washroom and onto my bedroom immediately. I had made sure to lock it, but nothing had seemed to follow me on the way in. I had stayed awake the entire night. Luckily, it was Sunday the next day, so I didn't have to worry about being late to work. It was afternoon that I had woken up from bed. I had realized that I must have dozed off somewhere around morning. I was certain for some reason that the nightmare must have ended. Not sure why, because the moment that I had walked out of the bedroom and onto the kitchen to fetch me some food, I could clearly hear footsteps that had been taken carefully enough such that the other footsteps' rhythm would exactly match mine. And when I had stopped, it was almost as if the mimicker was about to land the next step, but had stopped suddenly. I had turned back instantly and saw the same woman standing behind me. There she was, face to face with me, in the brush. if you could even call it flesh. I quickly went to the main door to my apartment, climbed down the stairs, and as soon as I had seen the watchmen, I had started yelling at them, complaining how irresponsible they had been for letting someone in my house. The police had soon been called, and I had to state what had happened from the start. The police had searched the whole place, but no one was there. Would you believe the police kept asking me if I had been intoxicated at any point in time, or whether or not I was at the time that they were asking me these questions? They were very annoyed, since they had come all the way for nothing it seemed. I had moved into my parents' house for the time being, and it's exactly where I'm writing this from. I will soon pack things up, but only with proper protection, because no matter what anyone else says, I know what I had seen, and nothing will bring me back there.